previous video, we spoke about the blessings we receive when we forgive others and the dangers of holding unforgiveness in us. In this video, we are going to speak about the various ways that unforgiveness operates in us, the various ways that unforgiveness manifests itself or reveals itself. Sometimes it is easy to detect unforgiveness. If somebody has done something wrong to us, we know that we have to forgive this person, but it is not always the case. There are ways, subtle ways that unforgiveness can operate in us. We may not know that we have something against this person. Sometimes people do evil to us, and over time we may think that we have forgiven this person or we have forgotten this incident. But if the unforgiveness or the forgiveness is not complete, it would still linger around and it would cause problems in our life. And that is what we are going to see, how some common ways that unforgiveness manifests itself, and how to see if there is unforgiveness in us toward a person or toward people. The first area is lack of communication. This is a very pretty simple way that unforgiveness manifests itself. When we see that somebody has done some evil to us, our common pattern is to avoid talking to this person for two reasons, mainly for what this person has done to us, and secondly to protect ourselves from the harm that this person may do to us again. Now I'm talking about people that God has placed in our lives, now especially family members, extended family members, maybe friends, maybe people at work whom we come in contact with all the time, or people, our family members who live in different towns. We may not be in talking terms with them. We may not mingle with them. We may not be responding to their calls or emails, or we have some kind of friction with this person. So there is a clear lack of communication with the person. That is a sign that there is unforgiveness in us. When the condition or the flow of love is always seen in the flow of communication. So when we talk to people, we are releasing love to that person. So that is one way we know that we are in love with the person. So communication is very vital in a relationship. So when there is a block in communication, this needs to be rectified. This needs to be addressed and see why there is a block in the communication. And if need be, there should be forgiveness. We have to forgive the other person, or if we have done some evil to them, we have to seek forgiveness from this person. Secondly, the second way that unforgiveness manifests itself is by judgmental thoughts. So if you are getting recurring judgmental thoughts about a person, bad thoughts about a person, negative thoughts about a person, that is a sign that there is unforgiveness lingering deep inside. The wound of the incident, the wound that this person has inflicted upon you is still festering inside, which is coming out as judgmental thoughts. So you're getting repeated judgmental thoughts, which prevent you from having a steady relationship with God, and which will also prevent you from having a steady relationship with the people around. So that is a danger of having unforgiveness toward one person. We lose the ability to love unconditionally. So it slowly will spread to other people. So therefore we have to nip it in the bud. We have to see where this unforgiveness is, who is the cause of that unforgiveness, and release forgiveness toward that person. Now the third area, the way unforgiveness manifests, is when we have this judgmental thoughts. The third area is gossip and slander. So when we can no longer contain this judgmental thoughts in us, we start to speak to other people about what this person has done to us, and we start to talk to other people about how bad this person is, how not a good person this is. So that is the third area. We see that we gossip and slander. We speak negative about this person. So if you see this sign in you, there is a clear sign of unforgiveness in you. Now it does not always have to be with a human being or an individual that you have a personal relationship with. You can even speak negative about a religious person, or a negative about a political figure, or about an institution or an organization. So if a company has done something bad to you, you go around and talk bad about that company to other people. If you're hurt by the actions of a political party, you go around talking about that political party to other people. So it needn't be toward an individual. It can be toward an organization, an institution, a political party, or a religious person, or even the church. If the church has done something bad to you, you may go and speak about the church to other people. So if the church has not given you something that you demand and you seek, and you haven't gotten something that you wanted from the church, you may go out and speak against the church. So that is one of the primary reasons. One of the reasons we have so many denominations in the world is because people are hurt by the church. Something the church did, they are hurt by it, and they go and start their own denomination. They go and speak about the church to other people, evil about the church to other people. So you have to come out of this kind of unforgiveness. This is very dangerous. It causes division. It causes division in relationships. So that was reason number 3. The fourth way that unforgiveness manifests is that we have envy and jealousy toward this person. We have envious thoughts, thoughts of jealousy about that person. So envy is nothing but feeling good when something bad happens to that person, and feeling sad when something good happens to that person. So when you see the sign in you that you are sad when something good happens to that person, you're happy when something bad happens to that person, you know that there is some kind of unforgiveness lingering within you. You need to address it with that person. You need to bring it to the feet of Jesus, ask forgiveness, and also release forgiveness toward that person. So that was point number 4, envy and jealousy. Thoughts of envy and jealousy toward a person can be a sign of unforgiveness toward that person. Reason number 5, point number 5 is pain. Unable to forget the event, unable to forget what this person has done to us. So when you are unable to forget that event is recurring, event is right in front of your eyes, and every time you think about that person, that event comes to your mind, and you are as a result in pain, and this pain is leading you into a flood of negative emotion, sorrow or depression or anger or all those things. Now that is again a clear sign of unforgiveness. We are sad and depressed about what that person did to you. You're sad about what that person did to you, angry about what that person did to you, then you need to foremost forgive that person. When you release forgiveness to that person, your wound will be healed, and when your wound is healed, the pain will go away, and when the pain is gone, then you will see that all these negative emotions will stop. So this is a series that you have to go through. So when you are sad about an incident that somebody did to you, it could be your own spouse, you need to release forgiveness toward that person. You need to release forgiveness if you want to be healed of that wound, if you want to come out of that pain, and if you want to have a feeling of positive emotions, joy back in your heart, peace in your heart. You need to forgive this person unconditionally. So that was point number 5. Point number 6 is non-cooperation. So non-cooperation is a sign of unforgiveness. This happens especially within our families, within homes. When a husband has something against the wife, or the wife has something against the husband, or if a husband feels that the wife has hurt him and he has developed unforgiveness toward his wife, he reveals it by non-cooperation. Sometimes he may not respond back to the wife. Sometimes he may not cooperate with wife or what the wife wants. Sometimes he may not want to do things together with the wife, or it could be the wife does not respond. There is no sharing in the family. There is no mutual understanding in the family, mutual sharing, mutual cooperation in the family. So there is a wall built between the husband and the wife. So this wall need to be broken by forgiving each other. So just by forgetting an incident, forgiveness cannot take place, because we need to foremost forgive and then forget. Forgive and then forget. So non-cooperation, if you see that you are not able to cooperate for the common interests of the family, then there is deep unforgiveness in you toward your family member, which you need to address, which you need to act on. And point number 7, the last point of today's talk, is revenge and retaliation. Revenge and retaliation. So this is the final point, and this is where we go into a mode of revenge and retaliation. Something somebody has done to us, now I am going to give it back to that person. Now I am going to take revenge and see how I can hurt this person. So if you have this thought of revenge and retaliation, then you have unforgiveness in you. So Jesus said, if somebody hits you on your one cheek, show himself the other cheek as well. So this is the secret of Jesus. Jesus was able to diffuse the power of evil through love. Jesus was able to diffuse the power of evil by absorbing evil upon himself. He did not fight back, he did not retaliate, he did not take revenge on all those people who harmed him, who hurt him, but he released love and forgiveness to them. On the cross, Jesus prayed. While he was in deep pain, Jesus prayed for all those who hurt him, all those who harmed him, and thereby he was able to release forgiveness and salvation to those people. So we can save the people that God has put in our lives by forgiving them. So evil is not the solution for evil. Revenge is not the solution for the bad that is done to us. Retaliation is not the solution to the bad that is done to us. So when we go into a mode of revenge and retaliation, we give more power to the evil, and this power increases and multiplies. This power has the potential to destroy the whole world. It has the potential to destroy families and relationships. Now, dear brothers and sisters, the world war that we had, World War I, World War II, if you trace it back to it, the war started in somebody's mind. Somebody wanted to do something evil to another country or another person, and it went back and it went back and forth, and it went as a chain reaction. It multiplied and multiplied, and nations started getting involved, continents started getting involved, all the world powers started getting involved, and the whole world was in a chaos. So every war started in somebody's mind. So if that person would have had the attitude to forgive, the attitude to release love in place of evil, we would not have faced all the evil, the suffering that we have experienced in this world because of all the years of battles, all the years of the wars that we experienced in this world. So revenge and retaliation, that was point number 7. So I will go over all the points with you, and you can see and run a test and see where you stand. Do you have unforgiveness in you toward anybody? Number 1, lack of communication with the person. So lack of communication with the person that God has put in your life, family members especially. Are you in talking terms with all your family members? Are you releasing love to all your family members? Are you praying for all your family members? That was area number 1. Second, do you get repeated, recurring, judgmental thoughts about a person? That is a sign of unforgiveness. Third, gossip and slander. Are you speaking negative about a person to a third person? Does it feel do you get the joy and peace when you speak negative about another person? That is a sign of unforgiveness. Fourth, getting envious thoughts of jealousy, feeling good when something bad happens to another person, feeling bad when something good happens to another person, is a sign of unforgiveness. Fifth, pain because of what was done to us, unable to move past that incident. The incident keeps coming into your mind, keeps popping up in the mind, and as a result, this wound incident has produced a wound which is giving us pain, and because of the pain, we are in sorrow and sadness within us. It is also coming out as anger, frustration. So many negative qualities are breeding, are coming out of us. Is a sign of unforgiveness. When we forgive that person, when we pray for that person, we will receive a healing to that wound, and we will no longer have a pain when we think about that event or what that person has done to us. And slowly you will see the joy and peace of the Lord will return, and you will no longer be bombarded with negative feelings. Point number 6, non-cooperation. If you see non-cooperation in you, have no zeal or drive to cooperate in the things of the family, then there is unforgiveness in you. Finally, point number 7 is revenge and retaliation, an extreme step you take for the evil that is done to you. You try to fight back, you try to give it back to the other person. That is a sign of unforgiveness, which needs to be taken back to the cross and kneel down and ask forgiveness foremost from Jesus for having such thoughts, and secondly, ask, forgive and release this person so that your joy may return and your peace may return. So these are some common ways that unforgiveness takes a root in us. And when we work on these areas, when we make a firm resolution to love unconditionally as Jesus has loved us, you will see that the joy and the peace of God will remain in us. His presence will come and remain in us. I leave you with this verse in John chapter 13 verses 34. Gospel of John chapter 13 verses 34. I give you a new commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. John 13:34. I give you a new commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. With that, I close this message. Amen, and God bless you.